Minasan no Karina-sai, today one of the most successful and well-known seiyuu ever to exist. A name I knew well before I even knew what a seiyuu was. Kana Hanazawa, born February 25th, 1989 in Tokyo. Currently affiliated with Office Osawa, while her music is under Pony Canyon label. There's actually not too much of an origin story for her. Kana just kind of found her way into the industry. She began acting as far back as kindergarten, and made regular appearances on the variety program Yappari Sanma Dai Sensei. She also used to be a junior idol in Akiba, and that's about it honestly. So when it comes to her voiceover career, I'm not going to say the character name for all of them since she just has so many. Instead, I'm just going to say the show name, and if you're more interested, I'm sure you'll be able to find the character's name really easily. Well, aside from these first few and a couple other ones since I consider them very important. So, she actually made her debut in 2003 at 14 years old as Holly in the show Last Exile. Then jumping into 2006, she had her first lead role in the show Zegapane as Ryoko. 2007, she began university, but this was also the year that her seiyuu career really kicked off, having 5 roles in Mushi Uta, Getsumento Haikimina, Sketchbook, a small role in Higurashi and the titular character of Potemeo. In 2008, she was in Gunslinger Girl, Blast Rider, Kanagi, Sekirei, and To Love Ru. That last one being her first relevant character in a beloved series, even if it is peak D-Gen stuff. 2009, she had a bunch of leads in Aso no Yoichi, Pandora Hearts, Darker Than Black, and Kobato. Also having a role in Scientific Railgun, as well as her first big character rather than just a series as Nadako Sengoku in Bakemonogatari, singing one of the opening themes, Renai Circulation, one of the most iconic openings out there. Absolutely meme to death and always used in short form videos like TikToks and whatnot. Like literally, if you don't know this song by name but you're in the community, just look it up and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So 2010, she's already made a good name for herself, having a bunch of really good roles. In Princess Jellyfish, Da 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 Da, Maid-sama, Oreimo, The World God Only Knows, and as Kanade in Angel Beats. Phenomenal, all of those shows are really good, even Oreimo for reasons. Honestly, I want to talk more about these roles, but we're literally just getting started and she's got many more amazing stuff to come. But actually, still in 2010, she was voted Best Female Voice Actress by listeners of the radio program Nanko and Nobita's Anime Scramble. Realistically, anytime there's any poll ever, she absolutely dominates the list. But keep in mind that was only in 2010, way before all of the amazing things that she's got lined up in the next few years. Like 2011 is the year she really began to go off. Like I'm talking 21 named characters. In shows like Skit Dance, Dead Man Wonderland, Blue Exorcist, Dot Hack Quantum, Guilty Crown, the OG Idolmaster anime, and Steins Gate. A lot of lovable characters there, holy. She also had 2 lovely ecchi series, Freezing and the god tier, not really, Infinite Stratos. She became part of the seiyuu unit Rokubu with 4 other god tier seiyuu, having 2 albums and 2 singles all tied to the anime over the next 2 years. Oh, she voices Tomoka, by the way. Captain of the basketball team, might I add. But there's actually the exact same situation with the anime Haganai, voicing Kobato, second time voicing a character with this unique name, being part of the unit Tomodachi Tsukiri Tai, with the 5 other cast members, funny enough, one being Yuka Iguchi, who she was in with Rokubu. This Haganai unit would have 3 singles over 2 seasons of the anime. A couple other non-anime things too. She released her first photo book, Kana, with the photos taken in Switzerland. And finally, this was the year that she graduated from university. In 2012, she launched her own website and debuted as a solo singer under Aniplex with her song Hoshizora Destination. Not long later was her second single, Hatsukoi Note, and third, Happy Endings, ending theme from Blast of Tempest, also having a role, as well as being in shows like Aquarion Evil, Campione, Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero, Bodacious Space Pirates, hell yeah, From the New World, My Little Monster, Magi, TQ, Inuboku Secret Service, Little Busters, and Psychopaths. Also the titular character for Black Rock Shooter. 2013, the year of the snake and her personal Chinese zodiac, making her 24 at the time, and also the release of her very first album, Claire. I wonder if that's what she considers her English name to be. There's also her 4th single, Silent Snow, the theme for the movie Zegapane ADP, where she reprised her role, and Planet Love, released on Christmas, also having a Christmas song in the EP. Really cute cover too. In terms of anime, kind of a slow year for her, and by slow I mean only 11 new roles, most of which are pretty meh, like I Want to Be the Strongest in the World, Tokyo Ravens, Unbreakable Machine Doll, Coppelion, A Lull in the Sea, and Watamote. 2014 was her second album, 25, her age at the time, also writing lyrics for 4 of the songs. She released the single Smile Mode, praise the long hair. Oh my god, you'd literally never see this anymore in her. And at the end of the year was her 7th single, Kokitas. Cocytus? Cocytus? Is it meant to be cactus? Anyway, her second photo book, Distant Whistling, was also released. Back to some fairly decent stuff for anime. Space Dandy, Wake Up Girls, Defrag, Dragonair Academy, Irregular Magic High, Parasite, World Trigger, and Yuki Yuna. Also voicing Mei or Haruka in the Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire promotional short. Then 2 evil ladies in Tokyo Ghoul and Akame ga Kill. This last one not only being one of her most hated characters from a fan's perspective, but just overall one of the most hated anime characters in general. The last role I want to give a shout out to is one of my personal all-time favorites, Kosaki Onodera in Nisekoi. With this, and funny enough Akame ga Kill being 2 of the first anime I watched completely in Japanese. I think this role of Onodera also solidified her as one of the go-to for soft voice characters. 2015 was her new album Blue Avenue, and only one hard copy single, Kimi ga Inakuchi Dame Nanda, but also digital-only song Tadori Itsuku Basho. Kana also went on a tour with the first show actually being at the Budokan. Legendary venue. Good for her. As for anime, another smaller year with massive quotations there. In shows like Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, Ultimate Otaku Teacher, Shadows of Trisail, Prison School, Ushio and Tora, Castletown Dandelion, and Mario the Virgin Witch. I would actually recommend all of these shows for one reason or another, though Prison School might scar you for life. I mean, or it could enlighten you. This year, she also won Best Supporting Actress at the 9th Seiyu Awards, as well as Best Voice Actress overall at the New Type Anime Awards. In 2016, she had an album of remixes for most of her character songs, but also her 9th single, Transparent Girl, Lovin' the Hair. Then there was Hatarashi Uta, her 10th single, with all 3 tracks being written by her. And 3rd single of the year, Zara Zara. Then another photo book titled Kana Maguri. Anime include Prince of Stride, Izetta the Last Witch, Orange, March Comes In Like a Lion, Bungo Stray Dogs, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie that came out that year, and lastly, Joining Fairy Tail. Hell yeah. Well, actually, there was also the short series She and Her Cat, which completely broke me. Oh, also the very popular movie Your Name. Her character actually technically being a reprisal from the movie Garden of Words. If you're unaware, these movies take place in the same universe. So, you still with me? We got like 6 more years to go. 2017, she changed labels from Aniplex over to Sakura Music, then had a new album, Opportunity, but no new singles, aside from some character songs. As for another New Type Anime Award, she was one of the winners for this year's Best Voice Actress Award as well. She had 2 banger romance anime, Love and Lies, as well as Sure Zure Children. Then also Grand Blue Fantasy, Rewrite, Gabriel Dropout, Sakurada Reset, and even a cameo in Ero Manga Sensei as one of her characters from Oreimo. She was also the lead in the recent Blame movie, or is it pronounced Blam? Anyway, big news. During a live stream promoting the release of her new album, she confirmed that her and other super popular seiyuu Kensho Ono were dating, after the Bunshun company published allegations about their relationship. Annoying, but hey, they handled it pretty well. On to 2018, 2 new tracks, Haru ni asoreru hito ni watashi wa narita. Totally nailed that first try, by the way, with Kana writing the lyrics again for the 2 coupling tracks. But also the song Daijobu, the ending theme for the anime Latent Mystery Detective Agency Cat's Mystery Solving Files. Damn, I assume that's based off the video game, also having a role in it as well. Then she was in A Place Further Than the Universe, Beatless, Cells at Work, Phantom in the Twilight, and Happy Sugar Life. That last one being a really fun role to hear her as, a peak yandere, and yet again winning Best Actress Award at the New Type Anime Awards. Let's go Kana. 2019, 5th album, Coco Base, or Coco Base maybe. She was in the animes for Date Alive, Boogie Pop Phantom, Mix Meisei Story, After Lost, Pop Team Epic, and one of her most popular roles, Ichika, the eldest Quint in the Quintessential Quintuplets. There's also her role of the Love Hashira in Demon Slayer, who I'm surprised isn't more popular. Maybe after the Infinity Castle arc she'll get more popular. But Kana also had her second Pokemon role as the secondary protagonist for the new season, Chloe, or Koharu. In the godforsaken year of 2020, she announced her marriage to Mr. Ono, releasing another photo book titled How to Go, looking delicious. What a lucky man Kensho is. No new music surprisingly, but having roles in Uchitama, Listeners, Magia Record, Wandering Witch Elena, Glepnir, Princess Connect, and Lapis Relights. Smaller year for her, but considering the year it was and the fresh marriage, I'm sure she was busy with other things. 2021, she transferred over to Pony Canyon for her music career, her current label, releasing the song Moonlight Magic, the opening for the TV drama Omimi ni Imashitara, actually also releasing a Chinese version of the song as well. Her digital single Magic Mode also had a Chinese version. A little more on that subject in the fun facts. But she also had the song Shinobi Nai in collaboration with the J-rock group Polka Dot Stingray. Dope name. Anime include Gekidol, Kimono Jihen, Kagaki Shoujo, The Great Jahi, The Fruit of Evolution, showed us to the gorilla form, shame she doesn't voice that version too. There's also Restaurant to Another World Season 2, Blue Period, and Zombieland Saga, where she would possibly perform live ads in the near future. Oh, there's also the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. In 2022, she had another new album, Blossom, and one new single, Poker Face, the opening for the anime When Will Ayumu Make His Move, having a role in the show as well, and releasing a fashion-themed photo book. She has a really good fashion sense in my opinion, so this just makes so much sense to me. Then with anime, just a few new ones worth mentioning, Akebi Sailor Uniform, Aha Rensan, I'm the Villainess, so I'm taming the final boss, Eminence in Shadow, Urasa Yatsura, Shield Hero Season 2, and Love After World Domination. Really fun show. Also, the movie Drifting Home. 2023, there were digital singles Circle and Hairo, the second one being the second ending for Dark Gathering, and naturally having a role in the show as well. It would also be coupled with her recent 17th single, Intaglio. There was also the song Not As Dramatic As, the opening for Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, again having a role. She also had a live show with the same title. Then the anime that Hana-chan were in include Endo and Kobayashi Live, Kamikatsu, and Boruto, another super popular shonen series. Nice. There's also some smaller stuff like The Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, Dead Mount Deathplay, Ayaka, and The Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch being the narrator. 2024, this year around mid-April, will be her 7th most recent album, Memoirs and Fingertips. And as for current anime, new seasons of Blue Exorcist and Urasa Yatsura, but in the spring she'll have new things like Fable, A Condition Called Love, and as a reincarnated exorcist, I'll use my appraisal skills to rise in the world. She will also have new seasons of Irregular Magic High and Demon Slayer. Something that has already finished this year, however, is Monsters, a short one episode based off of the one-shot manga made by Oda, the author of One Piece. Kind of technically having her being in yet another massive series. So that's it for the main career, having a total of 7 full albums, 17 hard copy singles, and 7 digitals, all of which have reached at least top 30 in the Oricon singles charts, usually being in the top 10. I'm actually surprised more of her solo career songs aren't Annie songs. But as for characters, well over 100 different ones, probably closer to 200 at this point. Being in the industry for over 20 years now, it's safe to consider her a legend and arguably the greatest voice actor ever. We're not technically finished yet though, I do have some other smaller things to talk about. Over the years, having small unnamed or just one episode characters in, well, actually technically some shows I've already mentioned, like Space Dandy, Higurashi, and Data Live, but also Adachi and Shimamura, Love Live Superstar, and Pokemon Journeys. Aside from the human characters she's voiced, she also did some of the creatures like Butterfree, Cascoon, Frillish, and Chansey. Music, aside from her solo career, include like 50 different credits in some shows like Sketchbook, Kobato, Inuboku Secret Service, March Comes In Like a Lion, A Place Further Than the Universe, From the New World, Yuki Yuna, Nisakoi, Defrag, Gabriel Dropout, the Quintuplets, and the Monogatari series, with the most iconic one being Renai Circulation, the 4th opening for Bakemonogatari. She's also had 11 drama CD releases, mostly for shows that she's in, then a handful of live-action appearances, nothing really that us casual foreigners would know. But as for foreign dubs, quite a lot of stuff as you can see here. The standouts being Birds of Prey, Rambo, Wonder Woman 1984, and Clifford the Big Red Dog. Also in the original version of the internet show Ruby, she did the Japanese dub for the titular character's mother. As for video games, well over 60 credits, some anime tie-ins like Totoro, Steins Gate, Sekirei, Da-Da-Da-Da, Oreimo, Rokubu, Monogatari, Infinite Stratos, Nisakoi, Psychopaths, and many more. Then there's more mainstream titles like Danganronpa and Persona 4 Golden, which are also technically anime, but I'd say the games are more well known. There's also Skullgirls, King of Fighters, Final Fantasy Type 0, Dissidia Final Fantasy, Bloodborne, and Kingdom Hearts. Surprisingly, nothing from the Hoyoverse. Then she's also got the usual stuff like Granblue Fantasy, Arc Knights, Blue Archive, Dragalia Lost, and Girls' Frontline. Last off for her career, concerts and such. I did mention a tour back in 2015 and the recent live last year, but over her illustrious career, she has held around 20 or so solo lives and like 5 joint ones. Being at Hanazawa in 2022, also being in the music video for this year as well, and opening day 3 of 2023's festival with Roku Boo. Weirdly enough, she's never been at Animax and only recently started appearing at Hanazawa, also being at the Songs of Tokyo Fest back in 2021. But over with Idolmaster, she was at the 765 4th Anniversary Live for the Tokyo leg, and the 876 Pro Secret Valentine Party as well. Then with Franshushu being at their 4th live, one of my old-time favorites. Loved seeing her. She actually described this as a completely new experience for her and was really sweaty during practice. Kana has also been a guest at AFA Singapore back in 2010, and I would imagine she's been at more events, but then again, as I just said with 2 big festivals, maybe she just hasn't been invited out to many cons. Maybe people are too intimidated to ask, maybe she costs too much, maybe she just doesn't want to leave her house. I totally get that. She is always at Quintuplets live events though, and back in the day at the Inuboko Secret Service stuff. She loves those shows. Now before I continue, I just want to toss in this analytics thing here. Wouldn't it be funny if we brought that not subscribed number down to 69? It would probably only take a small handful of y'all to do so. Anyway, let's move on to a small amount of fun facts. She is 156.7 centimeters or 5'1.5". She is on both Instagram and Twitter X, having almost 1 million on there, posting fairly often too. There's also a YouTube channel, which is mostly music stuff, but some other one-on-one talks with some guests. And her weekly radio livestream program, Hito Kana, where she always does this pose, which you have seen many times throughout the video, and you may see once more as well. According to the Oricon singles chart, these are her most popular songs from her solo career at least. Funny enough, every single one of her albums have been released in February, her birth month. Well, with 2 exceptions. But mostly in February, all within the days of the 20th to the 26th, her birth week, with this new one coming out being the main exception. Also, it is highly speculated that the huge success of Renai Circulation is what actually led to her getting a solo singing career. It would have happened eventually for sure, but this was definitely a huge factor. Over on the Cros Sing YouTube channel, she actually sang Kimi no Shiranai Monogatari, an ending for Bake Monogatari. As a child, she often sang idol songs and was a huge fan of Hello Project, specifically Miki Fujimoto. Also being a big fan of Megumi Ogata, who you may know as Old Woman in episode 201 of Dragon Ball Z, or more likely Sailor Uranus and Kurama, and Yugi in the original season. Jeez, absolute legend, no wonder Kana admires her. Hanazawa's 5 most popular characters according to my anime list are from Angel Beats, Nisakoi, Steins Gate, Imo, and Psychopaths in that order, with her Demon Slayer, Monogatari, and Quintuplets characters being at the bottom of the top 10, which is very surprising to me. The website also has a popularity tracker where Kana is in 2nd place out of not only seiyuu of any language, but just any profile on the website, including mangaka and singers, being the top-ranked female seiyuu. Also about 5,500 favorites away from the #1 spot, Hiroshi Kamiya, her Monogatari castmate. Well, actually they work together in a lot of stuff, but yeah, she's super popular. So much so that she was the very first seiyuu to have her face on a Visa card. Pretty cool stuff. So on to these last few things now. Despite being a dog lover, she is actually allergic to them, and also being allergic to cats. Her favorite Pokemon is Slowpoke. She is an avid lover of dirty jokes. And she has been learning Chinese for a while now. I assume Mandarin Chinese, but it could be both Mandarin and Cantonese. She joked that if she wasn't a seiyuu, she'd probably be a baker, claiming to be useless when it comes to more advanced jobs. And finally, Reina Ueda was actually inspired to cut her hair to look more like Kana, and ever since then, it can actually be very difficult to tell them apart from certain angles, especially if Reina's beauty marks are covered. And with that, we have reached the ending. Hopefully you stuck through this. As I've said many times in the video, she is the premier seiyuu, so you may have already known most of this stuff about her, but if not, well then I'm glad I could provide you with some new information. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I do hope you'll join me in the next one, which will be part 4 of me explaining different seiyuu units. There is part 2 of an extremely popular video game coming out very soon, so I may have to take some time with a new video. But whenever the video does come out, I look forward to seeing you there.